Oh man. There we go. We are live. All right, what's going on, guys? I am live streaming my battle versus Diggs right now. Just so happy we got matched up in limited Guild Wars. Coincidentally, he's streaming right now, so I went in there. He decided to attack me also. We figured just for fun, have some fun with it. Um, I'm sorry. Let me get my bearings here. Yeah, Diggs has been doing some great work recently on the news updates for the anniversary and all the dual vision card stuff and the percentages that are going to get transferred over. So honestly, big props. That's going to massively skew the game balance. So definitely check that out. I'll be doing some content on that as well too, kind of diving into the numbers a little more. And then obviously he does a lot of other great content. He's doing a live stream right now, raid level 1 to 100. So feel free to go over there and see how he's attempting it. I think he's going for the duo challenge of Ibarra and Skahal. But where's my? There we go. So I am planning on attacking him. Like, screw it, why not? Let's have some fun with it. But before I did attack him, I actually did wanted to do some like preliminary guesswork to see how badly I might get potentially beat down. Where, obviously you're guessing the matchup. So the limited Guild War this week, it's confining the elements that can be used. And so right now it's dark, lightning, fire. What's the other? And wind. You can use one of those four. And so I actually had a pretty decent process of elimination thought here of how to do it. So if we go through the potential comps that he might run, so Diggs, he's the leader of. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Let me just make sure I actually am streaming. Hold on a second. Yeah, okay. So he's the leader of the guild, and obviously I know he's running Adelard slot 1. I have a rough approximation, obviously, of what he has for attack and magic stats. So I actually did some very basic legwork of what I think his comp could be. So this is essentially how I did it. So obviously I'm an Excel nerd. You all know that by now, anyone who's watched me. I know for a fact he's using Adelard, and I know for a fact that we have a cost limit of 220. And he didn't believe that I predicted this comp. I actually did. Like, I'm going to prove it here. So Adelard is obviously cost 60, which means you have upwards of 160 points to reallocate. So I went to WTV Calc, and they have a team builder there. And essentially what I did was I played with a bunch of attack and magic stat values, building up just some roughly general comps, figuring if he has Adelard, what are the other potential combinations he could have here? And like, for instance, my first thought was, maybe he goes for a tank and has King Mont, so you can have a dedicated tank. And then if he does that, who would be the remaining people he picked? And I'm like, maybe it was Y'shtola. And so I did that, figuring she just got EX upgrade today. And I ran through the Votive Builder with some like really basic, just like passives and equips and espers to see if I get the ballpark attack and magic stat to be the same. And I couldn't. So I'm like, all right, it's not King Mont, not Y'shtola. And I only did like 2 or 3. I didn't think very, very hard about it. But I immediately then afterward, one of the ones here, I was like, all right, if I do Summer Ketone and Winter Moshri, and I did like against some rough builds, I got their attack to roughly similar, to 2277 compared to his 2148, and 2894 to his magic 2942. So I'm like, okay, that's one option, and obviously the two of them are part of the cost limit. And then I was tinkering around a little more, and I was like, all right, can I do Cetia? And if I do that, any other missile users? And I'm like, yeah, but none of them get the same stat values. And so I have a screenshot here. I actually was able to, in the builder, put Adelard, Regal Glaciella, and Seymour. And I'm pretty close. I know for a fact he's using Seymour. I can't remember if it was Glaciella or not, but I at least nailed Seymour, which I'm pretty happy about. So, speaking high level about what I'm running so far in Guild War, I am running Lightning on attack. That's, the map buffs. I think there's some relative strength there. Liarte just got her EX upgrade, and although I don't have her maxed at the moment level-wise, I at least have all of her abilities unlocked. So I have the whole board unlocked. I'm not wasting Rainbow Spheres on leveling her to 120. So my current strategy at the moment is very heavily skewed, anticipating missile attack. And you see my Charlotte at the moment, because of the 3 turns of missile resistant to start. She's actually got 80% missile resistance here. I'm pretty happy with that. And then defense and spirit, pretty happy with those values. And because of the Brigandine, and I actually have the Sentinel vision card, she's got 20 AoE resistance. So overall, she's relatively well-rounded. Obviously weak against what we just saw there, the Pierce and Strike. So got to be cognizant of those, but I'm not terribly worried. She's still got a ton of HP and a ton of defense. Liarte is actually pretty bad on this map. She moves ahead way too quickly because she has a jump of 2, and she doesn't have any real like good teammate buffs unless you enable the protect and shell, which I actually do. So otherwise, she's just gonna just caveman ooga booga forward into the enemy team. She's way too squishy to do that. So the way I figure it, because her status effects are kind of game changing. She got charm and poison, mobilize, stop. You can pick and choose. I don't have her built for any offensive stats. My hope is that she can get some status effects off instead. And I have the bow tie on her to essentially limit her movement so she doesn't just straight ahead instead. She's also relatively slow, which is why I have Cloud here with the Keenblade option for the TMR. So he essentially moves to her. She gets a turn very quickly. Is able to do some protecting shell, and overall some half decent results for one day of testing. I'm pretty happy overall. So if we go into the guild battle, I am going to attack Diggs here, and he on his own stream attacked me already, and off the top of my head, I don't think it went well. And I'm not sure if he's running identical comps on attack and defense, so this could be roughly similar to what he just did live stream, but we'll end up seeing it. So I know here he is. Where are you? There we go. Go ahead and do this attack. And again, in a perfect world here, I'd probably try to guess, hey, which of the teams is built for missile and magic, because that's obviously kind of what I'm skewed for, but I can't pass up on an opportunity like this. So yeah, we'll see what happens. If I had to guess, my Charlotte goes right up. Yeah. So this is a great lightning comp. It's pretty well rounded. Obviously, like one of the best recommendations I can give for limited Guild Wars is just to make sure that you have a really good tank. Like at the end of the day, tanks really drive the fight in terms of survivability and soaking attacks and determining enemy positioning. So from that perspective, Joom is a great one for the win today. Dwayne is so-so because he loses it kind of quickly. Mont's okay, but King Mont's a cost 100, so that's tough to fit in. So Charlotte's kind of like a great happy medium, and obviously like a well-rounded tank. So yeah, so Cloud will Keyblade my Liart here. I actually have the Summer Ketone TMR on her for extra missile resistance, so theoretically on turn 2, she should use it on Charlotte, which will give Charlotte 100% missile resistance. And again, that's kind of what I'm typically trying to target, assuming that since there's so many lightning up effects on this map, people are going to emphasize Cloud and Fred and Nivlu and Liart and all those missile units. So I'm just trying to get ahead of that. So far it seems pretty advantageous to me. Well, that happened quicker than I thought. Welcome, viewers. Thank you all for being here at the moment. Wow, this is... So, I actually think this is different than what he's running... That's a lot of damage. Than what he's running himself, because in what he just did... Oh, wow, they might kill... No! Oh, that's really not good. But again, that's kind of half expected. I didn't build it for magic the way I normally would have, so Glaciella just punched her right in the mouth. So, unfortunately... that's obviously not very good for my second follow-up attack, where in a perfect world, if Charlotte had lived there even by a sliver, she would have used her glorious armor on my second fight here, would have at least regened some health, and then go from there. So instead, what I'm going to opt to do is I'm just going to try to pick a comp that I think Cloud and Liart can do relatively well against. And again, my Cloud's not really built for anything in particular, unfortunately. It was really my Charlotte. That's that missile resistance. And Liart's really out of buffs at this point, so she's probably going to use Protect on Cloud, but other than that, I'm not really expecting a lot from her. So at this point, really just general guild strategy, what you want to do is attack someone who you think you can burn a lot of really valuable abilities on. So you see that very often in mono light comps, where even if I throw a crappy comp for attack, if I can force them to use Courage and Re-Raise and like 3 or 4 of their abilities and a zombie mask, well, that means even though I lose, whoever goes to attack them after me is going to have a much easier time just because of what abilities they have to choose from. So from that perspective, I'm going to try to not optimize my stars, like how many stars I'm getting, but I'm instead going to try to emphasize who I can get the most abilities out of. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, could be a relatively decent time to ask one of my guild members if they'd be willing to use the support ability to refill me. No, not worth it. Not worth the attack. So just kind of eyeballing it here, I do want to try to find someone with a Joom, because I know I want to try to burn her aggro generating ability. and a more the merrier so that I can try to burn at least one of the re-raises that she would use. I'm going to do Where's My Pants here because I'm assuming that that's more the merrier, Leela, and someone else. I couldn't tell you who, but I'd be willing to. No, there probably isn't a Joom in there. This is tough. It's okay. Screw. I know. I'd rather use more the merrier's re-raise. So I'm going to attack. Where's My Pants? Yeah. Oh, wait on here. Okay. We'll see what happens. So again, I don't have high hopes for this. Um, and actually, now that I think about it more, I feel like I actually do have a fairly decent chance. Right, she does get two casted. So at least if I can burn one now, um, it, either way, like if you're prioritizing, hey, what's up, Missidia? By the way, welcome back to the stream. This is just a super quick one. I'm facing Diggs' guild today, and so I attacked Diggs for my first one. So 3-0'd that fight, but just barely lost Charlotte at the last second. My hope here though is, and no, you know, for a level 81 account, this is a pretty good setup already. The synergy that he has with these two limited units. Pretty sure that was zombie Ryu mask that got used, so good for them. Um, oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, reflex for the win. So I don't think Cloud's going to one-shot her here, but unfortunately Leela has re-raise. But again, that's the whole point of this open. So although, yes, More the Merrier has two re-raises, I at least burned the zombie mask off of Leela there. Unfortunately, there's now taunting spells, so I'm... Wow, two reflexes in a row. I am going to probably not be able to kill this Dario. I'd be surprised if I could, to be honest. And Liart's going to get one shot. I knew that was going to happen eventually. Yeah, that's no chance. That's super unfortunate. But still, good open. I wasted one of the Taunting Blade spells of Dario, so he won't have it for the next turn. I wasted the Zombie Mask of the Leela, so that's not going to happen. Either way, on a first day like this, when you don't know who the opponents are because you have no scouting to go off of, I kind of just took a educated guess here and thought, what are the teams that I can burn the most abilities off of? And yeah, so that's it in a nutshell. Really looking forward to this Guild War this week, and I wish I could do more with this more often, but yeah, I'll probably be live streaming this more and more often. So I just wanted to keep this super quick. Just do that quick attack and highlight that little matchup between Diggs and myself. Talk very high level again about the general Guild War strategy, a little bit about what I'm running for limited Guild War. At least for today, I'm going to be doing some more mocking tomorrow, where obviously the elements are going to turn over. Spoiler for now, I am trying to do a mono water comp, where I am trying to do Lara Croft, Kryes, and Winter Victoria, figuring there's a ton of like missile synergy there, and I can use the evasion to my advantage. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. So thanks for watching, everybody. Again, super quick and high level today, but I'll talk to you all soon, and hopefully have some good videos coming out this week about some of the Final Fantasy XIV stuff, some of the raid interactions, and yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking about it, exploring the YouTube Shorts. I haven't done anything with it, but I've obviously seen a bunch of like YouTube channels lean into that, shorter video style. I think the only thing I was trying to be wary of initially doing these kinds of live streams is just I don't want to spam anyone's newsfeed with just like my random Guild War attacks. If there was a way for me to just like do a short, put it in a playlist, and find a way to like not put it in everyone's newsfeed, I really want to make sure that when I do happen to pop into their feed via the algorithm, it's like a video that that I feel like is impactful, that they take something away from. And although these Guild War attacks are like cool and it's insightful and it's fun, I don't want to dilute the content I push out. So I definitely will look into that. But that's a great idea, turning the Guild War battles into quick little YouTube shorts. So we'll see what kind of upside there is there. But in the meantime, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Everybody say hi to Missidia Gaming. Always check out his channel as well. I'm a super big fan. He does a great blend of like forward-looking stuff of JP releases, and then like just like current content in terms of how the game's changing. And quite honestly, I'm a massive fan of the way he presents his stream as well. I think he has some really great just like graphics overall of how he presents things in text and visuals. So always entertainment value wise, and I always think he speaks really well about the game in terms of his analysis. So 2 thumbs up for sure. Go check him out. But that's all for today, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to y'all soon.